just some of the cards that we've made already this season using the Halloween set, the Spooktacular set. So, and I really did have a hankering to make at least one more Halloween set before Halloween passes us by. So I'm just seeing what card stuff I've got here because I want some of our super smooth. I think I'm going to make an A6 size card today. So I'm going to need some black cardstock as well. Let me see, what have we got here? This looks like the very stuff. And I need some of our lovely dark licorice coloured cards. That's got a piece ready. But I want to try, and I've not tried this, so this is an experiment again, to see if we can, I have to move some of my things. I can't see your comments with that there. So I'll just have to move that for the moment. Where can I pop that? Let me put that there. I'm running out of space. Okay, but I want to be able to see the comments. So, A6. So, I'm going to be using that. Is this the A6 one? I'm going to use some of these frame dies. That's the A2. I need my A6 one. And I'm also going to use a spooky tree. Well, it's not really a spooky tree. It's actually an autumn/summer tree. But it could be a spooky tree. So let's first of all cut a frame from our black cardstock. That's my start point. Now, the great thing about this die is that it's going to cut all our frames, which I think is a real bonus, because now I'm going to cut it through once and I'm going to get loads of frames that I can use on loads of different projects. So let's do that. Is it still blurry, guys? Are we struggling to be able to watch it? Do I need to stop and see if I can reset some bits? What are we thinking? Let me know. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're seeing. Sorry, I just put you on mute there while I just did some die cutting. So Julie says, I need that die when I have some spare cash. Picture is clear enough my end. Alison says, didn't realise it cut all at once, really like that. And Petra says, thinks that she can see what we're doing. So it sounds like it's, for some people, it's okay, others not so much. I'm just going to cut this piece of cardstock down and change its position in the machine so that I get a clear cut. A little bit, but just about watchable. Oh, that's not good. Yes, I did mute it, Alison, just while I was die cutting. So I'm wondering whether it might be worth me just having a look at the settings and reconnecting. It comes and goes. That's not good, is it? I wonder why it's doing that. You can hear me now, can't you? I left the noise on that time. It's just very noisy when I'm die cutting. Let's have a look. Oh, that seems to have done it. What I found with this die, because they are so close together, that they can stick a little bit. So where that's happened, I have put a little bit of a shim in. I think this is the only one where I've had to put a shim in, because it's quite an intricate, I suppose, cut. I think that's worked for what we need for the moment. So let me pop that to one side. So, yeah, I think now I'm not sure whether it's a good enough quality for you to all keep watching. Hello, Emma. How are you? What's your thoughts? It hasn't quite put through there, unfortunately. So yes, this one you may need the shim with this one in your machine. I think it's okay without muting. The noise is not that hard. Oh, good. Right, okay. I won't mute then. It's too confusing, isn't it, when I mute? Where's she gone? Right, so what have I done with that? Let's pop this back in here. Okay, so now we've got the frame, and I've got the others now to be able to make another card. So that's handy. And I'll put that to one side because we may use that shortly as well. So that's going to be the frame, and I am going to cut out actually the little seam here because I want to use the tree here. And what I wanted to show is that you don't have to use it in the portrait orientation. You can actually use it in the landscape orientation. So I'm going to cut it from some black cardstock, and then we're going to just take out the bit that we want. So put my washi tape on, pop this through again. So sorry about the noise again. How's it feeling now? We feeling like we've settled in? I'm going to have a little play with the settings. But what I have done, which is really, really exciting and really, I think it will solve the issue. Well, I'm hoping it will solve the issue. I think one of the reasons, it's saying that my resolution settings are wrong, so I need to have a little fiddle with those. But I also think the fact that I am using my Wi-Fi twice, if you like, because I'm using my phone as my camera. So I've actually invested in an actual camera, which is, it's not an expensive one because I'm just too tight really, and I can't really justify spending lots of money on such things, but I do think it will help with this kind of thing. So, and I want to do more of these for you guys. I want to do more videos. So obviously having a good quality that you can actually watch makes sense, doesn't it? So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, so bear with me today, and hopefully after today it will get better because I've ordered it off Amazon and it's coming tomorrow at some point, which is so exciting. So no doubt some point next week I will want to test it out. So I've now got my trees, and I've got 2 trees because I feel like I might need 2 trees, and I'm figuring out that there is a place on my Gemini that doesn't quite cut evenly, because it's not got that little bit there, which is very annoying. So I bet you guys with your big shot don't have that issue. we had that conversation, didn't we, yesterday? Everybody's got big shots, and I missed out on the big shot revolution. So are people crafting along today then? I've seen that that Julie says she's trying to craft along while watching. What are you crafting along with? What are you up to today, Julie? Right, so I've got all my separate bits, but I'm not going to use these, I don't think, but I might keep some of the landscapey bits. Just see how much room they take up. My trees. So hopefully you can see that this is the kind of landscape that I'm making. Now I can either have sort of 2 trees like this, could possibly flip one around and use that one there, or we could just have it, oh that's quite cool, just there, and then this one can be a bit more prominent there. Yeah, quite like that. And then I am going to want to create a little bit of some hills, but I want them to be in one continuous piece. I don't want to piece them together because I want them to go all the way across. So I'm going to use my landscape edge dies. Now where are they? They are in here somewhere. There they are, I've seen them. And everything, it lives in here right next to me. So I don't know why I always struggle to find it. Because it doesn't go anywhere. Alison says that her first machine was a Big Shot. You see, everybody's had the Big Shot, but I'm not. Julie didn't have a Big Shot. There you go. Petra is making a beaver Christmas card. Ooh, exciting! I can't wait to see that. And Emma says, just been sorting the chickens so I could watch you crafting. That's very cute. Julie's braving using the Spooktacular stencil, so I think I'm going to be using that shortly as well. And Petra says, at least I'm trying to do that. Why are you trying? Not just trying, but why are you trying? Is somebody trying to interrupt you? Get in the way of your craftiness. So I think that's going to be a nice little slope for us. I could do some grass actually, couldn't I? Should we do some grass? Some grass would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's have a grassy background. We could have, there is the 2 hills. I think we'll go with the straight. And then I'm going to have to pick some characters to go with this. So we're not having a super thick. That would work quite nicely, couldn't it? So I'm going to use this piece, which is a nice width, because we're going to have the frame around it. So let's just pull off these top bits. I've got some nice scraps of card left. Those are considered on the wonk, as always. So I'll use my little plates for this one. See how this gets on through the Gemini. So yeah, so I'm very excited about my camera arriving. It's apparently meant to be perfect for YouTube and streaming, so we shall definitely get it tested out. Petra says she doesn't know if her idea will work out if you've never done it like this. Oh, this sounds very intriguing. I'm excited. So it looks like the snap plate has worked pretty well. It's a very thick card. Quite struggling with my part. Do a little bit of trimmage in the middle here. Oh. Oh, no. Don't think I've ever had this much problem with these card stuff. It must just be. I hadn't have taken my dye off, I would have just run it through again. But as I took it off, chances are that I wouldn't get it right in the same thing. So there we go. But that's okay. So, and I've also got the negative piece, which is quite cool. I could use that on something else. So we're all intrigued as to what your idea is, Petra, that you're working on, or is it a top secret idea? Secret. Right, I'm going to need some ink. I'm going to ink up our spooky background now. And I'm thinking that we're going to go sort of purple orange. So, look cute. Okay, so let's move these pieces to one side. Now, this piece of cardstock is already A5 size, so I can blend on the bottom here, and that should work absolutely fine. Move my bits to one side, and then let's. Oh, Danny says, "Are you talking? I can't hear anything." Not on mute. Anybody else struggling? Oh, you can hear me now. Sorry, was I? Oh, that's weird. And it's the picture still going in and out blurry. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Bear with me while I just get some inks. I should be able to do a bit of an analysis after the event. I imagine. What I want. Nice oranges. Some wild honey and straw. Be nice. Raspberry, nice translucent colour. Talking to myself a little bit there. Definitely want some black stuff. We're going to be doing that bit. Right, nice array of inks. Can you all hear me? Petra says, Alison says she can hear me, Dana can hear me. Petra says, no secret, planning to post today if it works out. I'm making a film strip with a story, but I don't know if people understand the story. Oh, that sounds really cool. Alison says the picture's okay. Dan, it's okay, it keeps dipping in and out. Sound for you. Oh, that's weird. Sometimes the sound is very soft, can't hear what you say, then it's okay. Picture's okay and sound is fine too. So I don't know whether it might just be, let me just try turning that up. I don't know if that makes any difference. Sometimes I'm kind of talking to myself a little bit, so I'm dropping my head down. So maybe if I just keep my head up, that might work a little bit better. Try and bring the microphone a little bit closer to me because I'm not working with the microphone that's on the on my phone. I'm using a separate microphone. So this is going to be potentially where our little bit of grass is going to be. So I'm going to start with some orange at the bottom and work my way up into in fact, let's put this down the right side, and I know I'm not going to be wasting any ink, and I know how far I need to go. So I'll use this as my guide. I'll just slip that under there. You know me, I don't do any green. me. Slice. And then let's have a go with our make art station, shall we? We have not got much room for it at the moment, but we will make room. So let's pop that on there, and like I say, we're going to start with some, I think probably I'm going to start with the wild honey at the bottom. Can you all see, is that in the right position for you guys? I'm going to start with, it's really nice now to be able to just sit and craft with you guys, so I'm hoping that this is all okay for you and that you can see everything okay, because I'm determined to make this, crack this YouTube business. We will be able to live stream. Kills me. I'm not very technical, and obviously I don't have an IT department that I can rely on. Ant is my IT department, and he does very well, bless him, but neither of us are really qualified to do such things. So yes, we're winging it, shall we say? And then I get to, but I'm just really happy that I get to do a bit of crafting with you guys, because I've been itching to do some crafting myself. I know, Danny, you're saying you're itching to get crafting, and hopefully you'll get to do that tomorrow. That sounds really good. I hope you do, because I've been working away at my desk this morning, and although I'm doing stuff that's related to crafting, it's not actual crafting, but I'm looking at crafting most of the day, so I'm looking at different ideas and different designs that I might be doing, or I'm doing designing packaging, or I'm doing, you know, a whole number of different, looking at a number of different creative things, but not actually getting to do any actual crafting, which obviously is why I got into this. I love it. So the more of this that I can do, the better. And because it's Friday, I feel like we're getting that Friday feeling now. So so Alison says, I think the sound dips when I move away from the phone. The sound is better now. Is that better? Maybe if I do turn up the volume, that does make a difference. Let me just, I can't do it because my deaf nails. Wonder if my dictionary is open it. Oh, how's that? That made any difference, guys? But also, I'm, like I say, I'm trying to keep my head up and keep my voice raised so that you can hear properly. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear me, will you? Alison says that sounded like a guillotine. It was a nice, good chopping sound. So that's good. So yes, do let me know that everything's turning out okay in terms of the sound and picture. Right, so let's try and blend this through to a bit of purple. Now, that is obviously going to be a bit tricksy, so I'm going to use a little bit of pink to guide my way, I think, which might be, oh, I've taken my magnets off and I expect it to still stay there. So I'm hoping that the transition of the pink to the orange will stop it looking too muddy when we add a bit of the purple. So it's just like a buffer colour really between the two. So I'm just going to add a line of that along here, because I want to just create a more atmospheric sky towards the top of our picture here. So I'm just using a bit of a circular motion just to work that ink over the top and really blend those two colours together. And the orange and the pink look really, really nice together actually. And that is, I think we've said this before, one of the great things about Halloween is that you can go mad with the colour choices, can't you really? You can go with some really nice, bold, bright colours that you might not necessarily go with the rest of the time. So I don't know if you guys have seen the card that Shabnez put on earlier with that really bright pop of the lime green, which just looked amazing. I loved it. But that's not colour that I would normally use in everyday crafting. Okay, so that's coming along nicely, I think. Can't get my fingers underneath. Move it. So that sounds like Ant. Hello there. Are you on? Hello? Okay. Alright. See you soon. Bye. Ant is leaving me now. He's off out for a bit. Which is why he's not on the comments with me today. He's not technical support today. He's got jobs to go and do. So so yeah, so it gives me a bit of crafty time. So I need my purple brush. To do with a little bit of post-it note on my fingers. I feel like I'm getting my fingers in my project. So just to protect my project a little bit, I'm going to just use this post-it. How lovely is that wilted violet though? Oh, I love it. I love this purple. So I've not seen any comments, and you know, if you're just watching, that's cool. I just want to make sure that everything is okay and that you can still hear me and all is good. All is good. And obviously, if you've got any questions about anything, just fire away. Let me know what any questions that you've got. Be happy to answer those. So if I can, obviously. So just really working that wilted violet into the pink, which I think is looking really, really nice. I don't know whether I wanted that to come a little bit further down. If we get my little bit of grass here, I think that's creating quite a nice backdrop. I feel like maybe I want this purple to come a little bit further down, so I'm going to bring that a little bit further onto my pink. Try not to go too far into the orange because that will give me a brown. I'm not down with that. But again, you know, you're creating spooky background, so not so many rules. I don't think. So because now we can go back in with that picked raspberry and just blend that out again. Elizabeth is watching secretly at work. Oh, that's cool. Danny says, lovely colours. They're like a fruit salad sweet. Oh, they are a little bit. Yeah, I hadn't realised that until you said, but yeah, they are. Yeah, your secret is definitely safe with us, Elizabeth. That's funny. I'd have been fuming if any of my staff were up to that back in my day. I used to be a contact centre manager, and all internet, non-work related internet use was strictly banned and monitored. Yes, so I was often the internet police at work. But different now. I would rather you were watching it. So I think I'm happy with that at the moment, but I think the next step is just to add a bit of depth around the corners. So we're going in hard with our inks today. But I love one of my most favourite things to do since we got the brushes is ink blending. So it seems kind of rude not to. So a bit of blue around the edges just brings that in a little bit. And then what I might do is add a little bit of the black soot, because we are going to black soot the some of the background. So let's just add a little bit of the black soot around the edges. So I'm just being really quite careful not to add too much, but because we're going to have an outline, a frame anyway. So I think it'll just bring everything together. Cool. Around. Those edges. And then we've got a really nice atmospheric background. So 10 points for guessing what we're going to do next. What do we do? Every project we do. I'm going to just move them out of the way because they may become damaged by the next stage in my process. I'm going to leave it on here while we do the next bit, which is the fun bit. And I need to keep that, using that presently. Alison says it looks very effective. Ink Splat says Julie, 10 points for Julie. Julie says, wow, colours are intense, completely different from colours on my project, creating a scene on black cardstock using spectacular stencil and oxide. Oh, so you've gone the opposite way around, haven't you? Which sounds really cool. Petra says she's posted a sneak peek in the group with her beaver card so far, just saying to the people that can multitask. Unfortunately, I can't multitask at this moment in time because I am involved in doing this. But I will definitely have a look afterwards. Right, so ink splatters. I'm going to do some white and black splatters would be very cool. I don't know if I've got any. I might have to use my yeah, I might have to use the black soot. So let's get a little acrylic block. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of white acrylic paint onto my block here. I feel like I'm fully surrounded by stuff, so I apologise if it looks like it. Don't think it looks like it on screen, does it? But if you were here, wow. I am surrounded. Okay. Beauty of being able to zoom in. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water here to this little blob of acrylic paint. And just mix that a bit. And then we're going to add a little bit more water so that it's splatterable. And you will realise when it's got to splatter point. See, that's quite a big splatter. I'm not sure I want splatter quite that big, but quite good. And then you can flip off the side of the. Oh, that was cute. Well, and that'll give us a little bit of a finer splatter. And any that look like, I don't know, that more, less splatter and more shooting star, still look cool. And I didn't want to water it down too much. I don't want to lose the whiteness. If you water it down too much, you're just going to get more of a watery look. So it will take on the colour behind it, if that makes sense. So hopefully you can see that. I know it's a bit difficult sometimes on screen. Splattered everything within that's nearby, which is cool. So now we're going to take some of the black soot and I'm going to put a good squidge of that on there. This might not be quite as black as I wanted, but we shall give it a whirl. And again, I don't want to water it down too much because then it'll lose some of the intensity. But you need to add enough water for it to be able to splatter. So there we go. That seems a good amount of splatter to me. Again, I don't know if that shows up on screen. Now we're getting some really nice black fine splatters, which is cool. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side because now we'll use a baby wipe. Okay, clean up our workstation. Remove this without putting my fingers in it. Let's clean up all of this splattery mess, splattery goodness, and I'll give that proper cleaning under the tap when we're finished. But that should be enough to clean my my art station. So I'll pop that up there. Okay. Right, so next on the agenda, move my water and my paintbrush before I make any more of a mess. So I need to let this dry, and maybe I should have splattered after. I got carried away because I still need to do some. Oh, actually, what I could do? Oh, that maybe we do that instead because I've splattered. Because I've already splattered. What have I done with my stencils, people? There it is, right in front of me. So because I've already splattered, you see, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to It might not be once they're dry. And I do like the idea of having a little moon. So let's figure this one out. What have I got in my die cutting stash? Let's see. I got made that one. Look at this. I don't know if that's quite big enough. Creates a little bit of a moon shape. Because I think my circle dies are a bit too big to create moon. I think that one might be a bit too large for the effect that I'm going for. Might just be a bit too big. I could do with something in between those sizes. Which that is. Okay, let's have a think. If we were to use that, I think that would be quite dominant. Splatters are always a good thing. That's going to go down there. And that's going to, it could work, couldn't it? That could actually work. I like it. We'll have to make it spooky though. It needs a bit of colour to make it spooky. Right, bear with me everyone. I need to put this back where it came from or I will lose it. This was a little die that comes in the box, the little gift box set, which is an awesome little set. It's got all kinds of little aperture windows in it, of which that was one. So, I've got my bit of cardstock here, haven't I? So, and I've got my my black stuff, but I think I might use a bit of grey and a bit of splatter. Just love a bit of splattering. I've got a bit of pumice stone and a bit of smoke. So let's just, we don't want it to be too brighter white, otherwise it'll look a bit odd. And then when we put this out, we'll have a bit more of an atmospheric moon. Building up quite a collection of things here now. Cool. Right, where are my plates? So, we've not even got any characters on this yet. I hope you guys are all right. This is proving to be epic, isn't it? Yes, get some splatters on there. Hi, Amy. How are you? I hope you can hear me. Alison says it reminds, at the bottom part, reminds her of those American candy corn sweets. So I mentioned these last night in the live because I don't know what they are. Does anybody know what they are? Has anybody ever had them? What do they taste like? Do they taste of anything? I mean, what are they? Are they actual corn? Are they sweets? What's the deal? What is the deal? Right, I'm going to move that out of my way, otherwise I'm going to splatter it. And then we're going to do some more splattering after I've just cleaned up my splatter. But I think this, because it's the moon, I'm going to splatter it with some shimmery splatter. How's that? Julie says, all good, got all evening, so this can go on as long as needed. Well, you see, because Ant's gone out, it means I don't feel under any pressure to rush things. So, so sorry if it does go on a bit, but I'm just going to craft as if I'm crafting on my own, and you guys are keeping me company and chatting away to me. So I think I'm going to have to flick this on. So Alison says she doesn't know what the candy corn is, but apparently Tim Holt loves it. There you go. I did want some bigger flick than that, but I think that's going to look quite spooky and shimmery. Which is what I wanted. Okay, so then that, I think we've pretty much now got all our background pieces. That's really pretty. Sorted. Like I say, I was going to do a bit